Hi there, I am Eugene Shaw, and I'm glad to be invited to participate in this Black History Month program. I was born in 1952 in Danville, Illinois. I was in the Army. I graduated from high school and went to the United States Military Academy at West Point. In order to get into West Point, you had to achieve three basic things. One, you had to score a high level on the standard achievement test. Two, you had to pass a physical fitness test. And three, you had to be nominated by a congressman or the president of the United States. When I graduated from the military academy in 1975, the next day I was sworn in as an officer in the United States Army. My favorite military person is really twofold. One was Henry O. Flipper, who was the first black cadet to graduate from the military academy at West Point. The second is a descendant of Flipper, who is now the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin. In the Army, I basically was a field artillery officer, so I was in charge of a lot of big guns. I also had an opportunity to assemble nuclear weapons. Later on in my career, I was in research and development. So I basically tested a lot of new weapons that came into the field artillery. I'd like to read you an excerpt now from one of the scripts that I have written for movies. And the script is entitled Imperfect Life. The dinner table has large bowls of vegetables and a small plate of meat and bread. The family begins talking as they pass the food around. Bobby: so I think I want to become a piano player. You know, like the piano player in church. I just want to know how you began. Where do I start? Naomi: Naomi is the second oldest sister and is 4 years older than Bobby. First, you start by doing all of your chores around the house so that your sister does not end up doing them for you. Mildred: you have to practice playing the piano a lot. This would have to be something you really want to do because it will take up a lot of time to be good. Myrtle: Bobby, if this is something that you want, then pray on it. Then the Lord will make a way. Sometimes things happen to good people and they have no idea how they happened. Like me raising all of you children without a husband. I can't do all this by myself. I need the good Lord to help me. And I'd like to close with the reading of a poem. My favorite writer, James Baldwin, and this poem is entitled The Giver. If hope of the giving is to love the living, the giver risks madness in the act of giving. Some such lessons I seem to see in the faces that surround me. Needy and blind, unhopeful, unlifted, what gift would give them the gift to be gifted? The giver is no less adrift than those who are clamoring for the gift. If they cannot claim it, if it is not there, if their empty fingers beat the empty air, and the giver goes down on his knees in prayer, knows that all of his giving has been for naught and that nothing was ever what he thought, and turns in his guilty bed to stare at the starving multitude standing there, and rises from the bed to curse at heaven. He must yet understand that to whom much is given, much will be taken. And justly so. I cannot tell how much I owe.